Well, hello everyone and welcome back. This will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Taurus for the week of April 20th. And a very special thank you goes out to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And to all of you who have given my videos a thumbs up and the lovely comments. Thank you so much for doing that for me. It is truly appreciated. All right. Oops. All right, so you're starting out with the 6 of Wands. So recognition. People starting to give you accolades, tell you what a good job you've done. You know, understanding all the time, energy, and effort that you put into others. You know, this is your victory lap. You know, self-confidence, feeling good about yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone and being okay with it. Realizing that when people look at you, they're looking at you because of who you are, what you've accomplished, what you have in your life, and you feel good about that. Be proud of that. And the 7 of Wands. So definitely moving into a more powerful state of mind. You know, if there's been any challenges or conflict, you know, you're okay with it because you have maintained control. You know, no challenge is too big or too small. You're defending what your choices are. You know what it is that you want to have in your life, who you want to have in your life, what you want to have. And that's that. And you will tell people that. You are on no certain set time are you going to step away from the decisions that you're making this week. And the 4 of Pentacles. So look at you moving forward. Taking care of business, your finances. You're being more independent. You're saving money. You have security. And you're in control of all of that. And you are okay with that because you're not overspending. You're not worried about anything right this week. You're feeling quite comfortable in what you've accomplished, where you're at, what you've achieved. And to some people, that's sort of, you know, looking at you like, you know, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. You've succeeded. You've hung on to what it is that you had to hang on to. And it hasn't been easy. But you've managed to do it because there's something you want in the near future. And the 6 of Pentacles, yeah, see, you're very giving and caring to the people that you have feelings for. Whether they're your family, your friends, your loved ones, you know. You like to help others. That's just a natural thing for you. You like to give. You know, you share your wealth. You're generous. You know, you will shower somebody with everything if you really care for them, because that's just who you are. And now you're realizing that there's people out there that want to do the same to you. Learn to accept it. Be a little gracious. You know, sometimes it feels good for them to know that they've given you something in return of all that you've given to others. Look at that. Oof. 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Happy home, happy life, finances, good friends, family, community, good jobs. You are so aligned with fulfillment of love this week. Oof. You know, this is total fulfillment of love in every which way. You are so blessed and you know it. You can feel it. This is your inner happiness shining to the world of how much love you have to offer others, how much you have given to others love-wise. You know, this is the rekindling of a relationship. This could be you retaking your vows as well, or getting married. The Chariot, forging ahead, healing yourself. Some of you are taking a trip. unexpectedly, but you're helping yourself to heal as you do this. You're moving forward, you're progressing along, you're taking actions, because time only has a way of slipping away, and you don't want that. So you have the willpower and the desire and the control to keep going forward. And you're very much in your momentum of control. Like, I can do this, I can have this, and I'm going to. And there's no changing your mind once you have that momentum going. And the Eight of Pentacles, hard at work, trying to figure something out this week. Willing to put in time, energy, and effort in order to achieve your dream. So that's really good to see for you. You're not ashamed or afraid to know that you have to look into something once in a while. Do your homework. Put time and energy into this. But you have such high standards, whether it's you're going to school or you're buying something or you're building something or you're giving a gift. But you're mastering that. You're understanding that it's okay. If this is you taking a course of interest for yourself, you're tackling. You're very skilled at it because it's a desire that you have. So you put your head down, you put your nose in the book, and you study away because you want to understand something more this week of why things are going the way they're going. And the Five of Rods, standing your ground in your decisions. There could be some conflict, some competition, some disagreements. There's a little bit of tension this week. You're getting a little bit of flack from somebody, but you know that it's okay because it doesn't matter what they say. You're listening, but you're not listening. And you're still going to do what it is that you've already chosen to do. So you're just sort of letting them, blow off steam. You're in your own mindset of what it is you're doing here. There's no conflict here. There's no, nothing like that. Not on your side anyhow. And the High Priestess. So definitely figuring out what it is you want to do. You're really done your homework here. You're very knowledgeable. You're very driven this week to help yourself achieve what it is that you want. And you're not scared of that. You are understanding that it's a desire that you have this week to accomplish something, and you will put the time, energy, and effort into getting there, getting the answers you want, figuring this stuff out, and still manage to keep going, that momentum. It's something to watch when you decide that there's something you want. You will go out of your way to accomplish it. There's no mysteries here. You trust yourself. You know that when there's something you want, you'll go after it 10 times until you eventually accomplish getting it. Ooh, and it could be somebody with the Two of Cups. Now this could be the coming together of two people, somebody that you really care about. This is love, partnerships, mutual attraction. It could be even marriage here. Woo, what a connection. This is somebody that you really feel strongly motivated towards. This could also be coming together with like-minded people, like in a business. You have the same ideas and idealistics, and you want to go forward with it together. But this is somebody that is really, really coming together with you in every aspect of it. This is a marriage proposal for many of you. So congratulations. You finally found somebody who really cares for you as much as you care for them. Maybe this is somebody that comes back from your past. Maybe you drifted away and now they're coming back together, and it is going to be all that you had always wanted it to be. But there is definitely like-mindedness. You have the same ideals and idealistics, and you just agree on things. You are just in such a loving spot. Oof. And the Temptress. That's all right. Dipping your toes in the water. Understanding what it is you got to do to achieve your dreams. And you're okay with that. You know, you're not holding back here. You're realizing that it takes two to tango and two things to mix together, but there is balance and harmony here. You know, you're being very sensible in your actions. It didn't sound like it before, but you really are. You have really thought about this, and you waited patiently as life carried on until it was the right moment for you to find the meaning that it was time to take action on it. And the Emperor, yeah, you're in charge of this and you know it. If you don't take action, it won't happen. So you are definitely going for it. You're no longer sitting on the back burner waiting for it to happen. You're taking the leadership role in this. You can, you know, rule out all the other stuff in your life, but this is a very powerful moment for you. You know, you're taking on the father figure, male or female here, and in control and of what this is you want the outcome to be. Whew. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're trying desperately to let this flow into you. This is your emotional side of you. You know, abundance, balance, compassion, control. Well, you are definitely trying to make sure that this goes off without a hitch, smoothly. Let it flow into you. Sit back, see what comes at you once you make your initial proposal going forward. So wow, you are really taking charge of this week of what you want. And it looks like there's love in the cards. Plan your next step with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Perfect. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.